Hi there, it's Riikka Kovasin here with a video for Nathalie's Creative Squad. This time we are saying goodnight art journal. At first I was a bit puzzled because not so long ago I did a evening inspired art journal page for this team, but then I just kind of left all expectations behind and just started creating, and I really like the page that I ended up with. As you can see, I started with some gel printing. There's no pattern in these prints. I'm just adding color to 2 strips of paper. I'm using PaperArtsy acrylic paints. Why I'm using 2 strips is actually just because I had them at hand, and then a bit later on I'm adding them together using double-sided tape. And if you watch the finished page, you can't really see that seam that well. It blends nicely. When I have my colors done, then it's time to add the patterns on top. For that I'm using 2 different stencils, both designed by Nathalie, of course. The first one is called Manhattan and the other one is called ATC Mixup. I'm using the same colors as I used in the background for the stenciling, so the patterning will be quite subtle, but it's in there. When I then have added enough of just the inky blue and kind of night time purple colors or lilac in there, I dry the sheet and then add the stars. For the stars I'm using silver colored wax. I'm using the ATC Mixup stencil and layering 2 patterns to make these bigger shining stars to the background. There's kind of this sunburst pattern with just streaks of light, and then I'm adding the kind of star pattern on top. I'm also making a moon to the sky using one of the patterns from the ATC Mixup stencil. For a flurry of stars, I then use just white acrylic paint and make splashes to the background. They are kind of the smaller stars, not highlighted with the stenciling. After drying that splashed acrylic paint, I then trimmed my page to fit inside my art journal. I want to layer another moon kind of on top of the one I stenciled, kind of making the stenciled, the background version kind of a halo, and then the white moon on top. For this moon I'm using 2 patterns, again layered together from the same ATC Mixup stencil. This way I'm trying to get a more solid surface, but with patterning, not just a disc of silver. I'm using also the same stencil to pattern the shirt of the character I'm adding to my page. I'm using the same lilac I have in my background, so everything is kind of matchy-matchy. As I trimmed my moon a bit smaller, I'm able to use the kind of leftovers to make the stars. I'm using a little circle punch to make the stars and then add them to my page as well as the moon. Before adhering the character to the page with foam tape, I add some white scribbles behind her, kind of making her a unique background, kind of lifting her up a little bit from the night sky. And now it's just the finishing touches. I added some word stickers to the upper left corner stating "Me be night owl," and then I'm adding some drawn details. First I added a silver color to her necklace and locket, and then some rosy cheeks using Posca paint markers. Then I kind of outline her garment because the patterning kind of lost some of the details like the buttons that are in the front, so I'm kind of just drawing them in. Finally, I then use a white marker to highlight the words a little bit more so they don't get lost in the background. So here it is, the finished art journal page. I really like the mood of this one, and it all came together with just throwing expectations out of the way and having fun. I hope you liked the video. I hope you had fun watching it, and if you did, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much. I'll be seeing you next month with another Nathalie's Creative Squad project. Thank you. Bye.